Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to Financial Friday. I am, again, Ryan's opinion. It don't matter. Welcome to Financial Friday. Hopefully, y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully, all is well. Hopefully, life is treating you great. Hold on one second. Trying to get myself, like always, need to get myself situated. But it's all good. Trying to get myself all organized, and sometimes it just doesn't always play out the way you want it to. But we good. We good. Hopefully y'all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully all is well. Financial Fridays. This is what we're gonna get into. We're gonna talk about it. I always try to, as much as I can, explain to people like what it is that I do investment wise. And you know, it's one thing to live into the world that we live in as it relates to investing, as it relates to politics, as it relates to just the world, United States of America, because that's where I live at, that's where I'm from, and that's where my country. Why is it so essential sometimes to not lose sight of what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing, especially if you're trying what it is that you're doing is going to be down in the long run financially beneficial to you. This is the reason why, unlike a lot of the stuff that I talk about, finances, money, investments, anything that kind of surrounds that in that area is where I like to talk about the most. That is my better, more exciting subjects. As you come in, do a brother a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. Stock market. When I say stock market, I mean my particular account. It's on a downswing right now, but it's cool. These are the times that I always say, if you're not in it to win it, if you don't have a disciplined mindset, knowing that you know what, it's no rush. I always say that the stock market is there. It's no rush. It's always going to be a time to buy. And a lot of times people don't understand what I'm saying. Why I say it's always going to be a time to buy, meaning that you know if you're going to be a person that's going to invest in the stock market or invest in stuff, always have money sitting aside. Just put the money in the account. This is just what I'm doing. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. What I say is what I do. I'm not talking about what anybody should do, would do with their money. That's your choice. I'm just talking about the things that I have done over the course of the time that I've been investing, and I will continue to do over the course of the time I invest. One thing I try to make sure I do is to put a little bit on the side. Always try to stack a little bit of money. Now, I am by far, in most cases, a dividend investor. What I invest in most of the time is dividend stocks, ETF that are usually pretty solid. There's no guarantee that nothing bad won't happen, but usually pretty solid or close to solid. And I try to invest in those type of companies. That gives me pay some form of dividend. Yes, I have to pay attention to financials. There's a whole lot of factors in there, but I always try to stay on the same course. I do have some risky stuff, but what I'm going to get into today, we might have a few guests to come in, might not. We don't know how that's going to play out, but what I'm going to get into today is that the people, it's called, some people call it dollar cost averaging. Some people, lowering your average cost, all of those type of things, and being patient, watching what you're doing with the stock market, And the game that I have always done was this. When I first started investing, like when I first realized that, Robinhood had an opportunity with Robinhood to not pay commission fees, because that was a big deal with me. Because if you're a person that don't have a lot of money, it's hard to compete with big money, especially when you got these brokers charging all these fees to buy or purchase stock through them, and they hammering you with fees. And that's how it used to be. It ain't like that no more. The game has changed. And because the game has changed, the playing field has been leveraged a little bit more beneficial to the average person. Now, some may see it differently. I'm going to tell you, when I first found this out, I saw it as, oh, snap. Now I can compete on an investment level. Yes, they got bigger money than I have. I'm not rich. I'm not close to rich. But it gave me a chance to kind of get into the game, and then I can slow walk it long enough that I might actually benefit financially from it. And I knew that it would take me time to get to that level of, okay, now my investments are doing what I need them to do for me, which is bringing me some source of income. Some people try to invest, they buy trade stock for a quick dollar. That's not my move. I'm not here for a quick dollar. I am here for the long term. My investments are for the long term. If you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it very, very much. But my investments, the way I invest, is for the long term. I slow walk everything. And what I mean by slow walk is I look for companies, stocks, ETFs that pay out dividends. That has been my number one strategy. If it pays dividends, I'll look a little further. Okay, do. Look up the dividend history. Type in the stock code, put in dividend history, look up their history of what they do, how often they pay dividends, what the percentage of dividends. Then I go look up their financials, if to some extent, and then I make a relatively educational decision. Doesn't mean that it's going to be that I'm going to guarantee that my stock is going to go up, or don't guarantee that it's going to go down. Don't guarantee anything. But it just gives me a realistic idea of what I'm getting myself into as much as possible. And then I put $1. This is what my move is. I don't use a watch list. Some people have a watch list where they watch the stock. I am not that person. I don't want to have a portfolio and then a watch list. That's already two steps that I don't want to deal with. So my first move, what's up, my brother out the pit? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe. Well, you already subscribed, but anybody else subscribe. But also, make sure y'all check out my brother Out the Pit, and please go look up his channel, Out the Pit Podcast, and some other things that he's working on, that he's been doing. He's part of the OG network, and brother's doing amazing things with his channel, and appreciate that. You know what I mean? But anyway, I go into and I'll drop $1. That's my move. It's always been my move is put $1 now that's in your portfolio, right? So understanding this is why I try to tell you this. Let's say I have $500 and I'm starting out, let's just say $500. Honestly, $500 is still a lot of money for the average person. What's up, OG Kicks? Honestly speaking, this $500 is still a lot of money for the average person to compete financially as it relates to the stock market. And I'm explaining to you why, because there's a lot of people that don't even have $500. But I'm using $500 as an example. That don't mean you need $500 to start out with. I don't care if you have $5. I'm just saying, let's just say you have $500. This is just my move. I would have took the $500 instead of putting it in one place. I'm going to take the $500. I'm going to find 500 different companies that pay out some form of dividend, and I'm going to put $1 in each one. Now, here's what that makes. Here's what that means. That means that I have started an investment into 500 different companies that pay out some form of a dividend, right? And then y'all might say that's a whole lot. I am the diversified king. I love diversification. I don't want to put all my money in one basket. I'm not okay with that. I like diversified. Spread out wide and then build up high. That's it. That's my move. I'm not saying that my move is the right, perfect move. I'm not saying that this. I'm just telling y'all what I do and why I do what I do. So here's what that does. That puts you in a position where you have 500 different companies that you have money invested in, right? You are at that moment purchasing a part of the United States of America and some other countries' economy. And when I keep trying to tell people this, and this is where some of it relates to politics, the noise that they spew all over the thing is all a distraction from the opportunity. Forget all the noise, look for the opportunity. And I'm trying to tell you all this because they're going to make their money whether you like it or not. The wealthy, the ones that have a good chunk of the American pie, they're going to make their money. You know what's going to happen with the average person? They're going to continue to be a victim. But that's why I say start somewhere. I don't care if you got $5. Start with $5. Whatever. This is just my opinion. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what I did. So now you have established 500 different companies in your portfolio. Now, what I do, let's just say you have Robinhood. I go in and I switch that thing on to total return. I can care less what the stock prices are anymore at that point. Because what that did for me is establish an average cost of what I originally purchased that stock at. And at that point on, I am no longer concerned about the stock price. All I'm concerned about is lowering my average cost and racking up. Hold on one second because we got a guest coming in. Second, I don't know why it's not letting me up there. No, okay. It just act was funny. What's up, Shaq, my brother?
What up? What up?
Zone. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
But that's what's up, man. Listen, and this is my point to y'all, and is that when I established that 500 share stocks in my portfolio, that $1 is going to now trigger the average cost. That means that at that point, I'm no longer going to buy that stock at the original time that I bought it with that dollar. I switch it to total return. Total return gives me an average. I mean, it gives me an up and a down, meaning it tells me what I'm in the green with and what I'm in the red with. Whatever I see stuff in the red, that's what I go look at. And then I decide at that moment, am I going to feed money more into it as it starts to drop? Remember what I said earlier in this video. I said this in my mind, there's always going to be a time to buy. Very little are you going to have an opportunity. And this is why I'm saying this. Very little are you going to have an opportunity to sell, but most of the time buy. My key is accumulation at the cheapest cost possible. What's going on, Shaq, my brother? What's going on with you, man?
Not much, not much. Living my best life right now.
How's it going, man? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Listen, I'm telling you, it's going good, right? Because I mean, as the day goes, the night comes and the day comes again. I mean, my investments are hitting up. You know, I'm mad at Shiba right now because my crypto is down. But
don't be mad, be glad.
I know I'm happy a little bit because I mean it's down about $1.50 on me. But I think, like I said, by the end of this year, I got a feeling that Shiba's going to hit close to $1, if not $1 already. That's my take with it. I think this is going to go that far. You know, we'll see what happens. A lot of people are talking like, "Oh, don't buy it, don't buy it, don't buy it." But behind the "don't buy" is a lot of people buying. So,
Right.
I mean, I have a high expectation for Shiba right now, and I think that's going to be my ride or die for crypto right now. But I mean, when it comes to just regular ETFs, I mean, I'm in agreement with everything right now. It's looking pretty good for me. So I'm up about $6 right now, just with a little bit of money I put in there. But by the end of this month, by the end of March, I should say, I should be up double that, if not more than that. And those dividends came in too, so I'm happy.
What's up, Mark? What's going on?
Hey, I bought some Dogecoin as well, so I'm not too happy with Doge right now.
Right. So I'm listen. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna do this right now. All right, so I'm gonna go to my crypto account since everybody's saying that they crypto is all right. So I have Pepe, right, which is I don't know how they pronounce half this stuff, but PEPE, right? I have about 75 million of them, right? I'm gonna show y'all how bad this is for me right now. So y'all don't feel bad. Let me look at the percentages. Hold on 1 second for that one. This is how funny this is. It's not funny, but it's funny. But this is why I'm not scared. That's my whole point. I'm not scared. I'm still buying. Percentage wise, I am down 42%. Listen, that's just that one. I give you another one. Shiba. I have about 65 million. I am down 41%. I'm sorry, 57 million. Dogwood Hat, I don't even want to talk about that one. I'm down 51%. And Bonk, I'm down 61%. Now, for the average person, that's going to listen. That was you know what? I'm done. I'm out. Now, here's what would happen if I jumped out of that. Right? I want to show y'all this. And listen, this is not to tell somebody to buy crypto, nothing like that. Do what you do. That's cool. I ain't telling you what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to do. I'm gonna keep buying, and I'm gonna explain to you why I'm going to keep buying. Every time I buy, my averages keep coming down. Now, the reason why I say that is because with let's say Dogwood Hat. When I first bought it too high and I put too much money. And I knew I did. I knew that was a rule that I don't do, but I still went against what I always say. And I put too much money, and I put it too fast and too much. And Shaq, you already know I always say slow walk, slow walk, slow walk, slow walk. My average cost when I did that with Dogwood Hat was almost $3 a share. I'm using the word share, but crypto-wise, it was almost $3. Now my average is 52 cents. You get what I'm saying? Now this is at like 20 cents right now. So my key of accumulation is, this is why I say accumulation is key. The more I keep buying, the more I'm going to lower my average. Now, if I can get my average, this is where the hard part comes in. If you ain't got money to work with, this is why I always leave some money to work with, because you just never know. If I can get my average down to close to about where the price is at right now, let's just say for the sake of whatever, Dogwood Hat goes back to the $3 I originally bought it at. And my average is sitting at 30 cents. I want y'all to do the math on that. This is why I do the things the way that I do it. I do the stocks are the very same thing. Even though my dividend stocks, I have no intentions of selling. This is why I say slow walk, pace yourself little by little, hold on to some money and wait for opportunity to keep that lower averaging down. The averages is what you should, that I care about the most. Is that a guarantee that crypto is going to go up? I'm not saying it is because I don't know. But one thing I'm not is scared. You get what I'm saying? And I've heard people say over and over, and this is not just a conversation about crypto, but we're going to get into other stuff. The reason why I say that is because I've heard so many people say crypto is worthless and it's not going to be here. It's going to be gone. I heard that almost 10 years ago. You see, Bitcoin was at under $3,000 then. Even right now, Bitcoin is at $60-something thousand. So everybody that keeps telling, this is why I say early on, I said, they got everybody else focused on all of the noise, rhetoric, politically wise. Got you distracted with the rhetoric. While over here, they're making money and you're going to be a victim to that. This is a guarantee? Nope. But this is why I do what I do. And you would think that, no, most people, if they seen that much of a loss in crypto, you know what they're going to do? They're going to sell and take the loss. Now, for me, one thing I love about my relationship with God is give until, and it shall be given, right? One thing I learned is this, is that if I keep paying into it long enough, and I watch that average goes down, and watch it, this is why Shaq always tell you, I get excited when stuff goes down. Ain't that my move? I say I'm always excited when it goes down. I care less. And when I look at my stock market and it's in the green, only thing that says to me, oh, that looks nice. And then I got to shut the book because there's nothing I can do with that. But it's just sit there and look at it. But let it go in the red and I got some money to work with. That's when I get excited. This is the game that I play. And I'm going to tell y'all where I learned this at. Warren Buffett is one of the greatest stock trader, investor. Now, I ain't going to say trader because Warren Buffett is really not a stock trader. He's an investor. Warren Buffett, who was the CEO and still is to some extent, I think he retired now, is one of the greatest investors of all time. If you go look at Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett has been the CEO of that company. There is nobody that I know of that could compete with Warren Buffett. Now, here's what people miss it at. They keep talking about Bill Gates and they talk about Elon Musk and they talk about all these people, but none of them can write $100 billion paycheck. I mean, $100 million or $100 billion check in cash like Warren Buffett. See, Warren Buffett got money.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't. It's a different level. See, when people look at the stock market, they look at Tesla, and look at the market cap, and they think, no, all of that market cap is not Elon Musk's money. That's investors' money. That's not just Elon Musk. That's a whole lot of other people that got money invested in Tesla, and that's what the accumulation of everybody's investment. That's not all Elon. But again, I'm going to keep on going with crypto. I'm going to keep on lowering my average. I'm going to keep racking up. Now, here's the thing. I heard y'all. Y'all heard me. I got 65 million of this, 57 million of that, 1,000 of this, some millions of that. And that's just in that one account. I did not even go to my other account that I got more crypto in. I just stuck right there with those 4. Crypto is a... And then here's the thing. I'm not going to tell nobody to what to invest in, but I'm telling you what I'm doing. And I might get my behind handed to me, but I'm okay with it. Nancy Pelosi's portfolio has outperformed Warren Buffett. Well, I know they probably were saying Warren Buffett in the last 15 years. Hello. And her husband is dumb as rocks. Now, they're not dumb. Now, here's the thing. They thieves. Let's put it like this. They ain't dumb. They thieves. That's inside trader information. This is where the difference is. See, Warren Buffett don't have access to inside trading. That's the difference. Nancy Pelosi wasn't in Congress. She knew what votes and who was going to vote and how they was going to vote for laws to be shifted and things to be done the way that. So for Nancy Pelosi, I guarantee you that if she wasn't in Congress and didn't have access to all that information, she would not have the outcome that she has. And yeah, that's the difference. Warren Buffett ain't the one up there on Congress making laws and decisions. Now, he might hear some stuff and react to it like I do, but that's a big difference in somebody doing it honestly and somebody doing it corrupt. So that's why I didn't even bring her up. Mm-hmm. Warren Buffett is outstanding in what he knows. There's corruption in D.C. Yeah, and this is the point that I was making with Warren Buffett. That's why I brought him up, because one thing about Warren Buffett is he knows how corrupt Washington is too. And this person is making a true statement with this. Now, when you say Nancy Pelosi, now notice that they put in there 15 years, right? Who was the president 15 years ago? I don't even remember. I'm almost sure it was Obama.
$15 years ago, so that would put us when 26. So what? 2011, 2012. So yeah.
Right. When did Obama win the election?
It was
2008, right?
Yeah.
2007, 2008, something like that. Right. Listen. So my point is this. What people did not pay attention to was the reason why it outperformed so well then is because Obama was the one who signed legislation that allowed Congress to be able to do what they started doing. And that's why Nancy Pelosi is getting the outcome that she got. That's my point. He the one signed it. That's why Congress was able to trade stock and do all this stuff. Prior to that, they it wasn't as bad like that. Now it is. But this is not what the subject is. We're going to get back to the subject at hand. But my point is, that's why you can't, while they're telling you all this stuff and got you distracted with all of this political stuff going on, guess what they're doing? Making money.
Mm-hmm.
They're making money. They're buying up the stock. They're buying up every last one of them said the stock market was going to do what do what? They said, oh, it's going to crash. It's going to do this. The economy is going to go bad. Then why did y'all take all y'all money out and keep it out?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all really felt that strongly about it, why didn't y'all take all your money out and keep it out, right? They didn't keep it out. They still there. Now, all of them are still investing in the stock market. So if they all still investing in the stock market, what they're doing is trying to distract you so that they can accumulate everything and you get no benefit from it. Why? To keep you down and keep them up. Now, Shaq, you said that your portfolio was up, right?
Right.
And you just kind of started going in recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like your portfolio is up. And how long have you actually really kind of aggressively trying to start investing? Like recently,
Within the last 6 months.
within the last 6 months. Now, in 6 months, you see almost all your investments are up,
Mm-hmm.
right? I want you to pick one thing, because that way I don't know I want you to pick one thing and just give me the percentage of what you're up.
All right, let me switch it over there to my percentage real fast.
Take your time, brother.
All right, so one thing right now, I'm up 1.01%.
All right, 1.01%, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the only reason why I said that pick one thing is because of this. Now, 1.01% might not look like a lot of money, but imagine if that was $100,000 and it was 1.1%. That means if I had $100,000, I will be up another 10 grand in 6 months. You see the difference?
Yep.
This is why being patient, waiting for stock prices to drop. This is why I put my stock portfolio on total return. Is because it allows me to get more at the cheapest rate possible. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some stuff you can go and it will go bottomed out. And you say sometimes you need to push the brakes. I've had things I said, hey, you know what? It's a little bit too much. Is that's enough money? It's down. I'm a hold right there, and I'm not going to go no further.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a moment where I might say, now when I sell, I usually go find out why it's doing what it's doing, stop, why it's going down, and then I might turn around and say, you know what? I'm a hold right there, and just whatever happens, happens. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I did that, over time, it started going back up. Now I got one I'm working on right now that I'm bleeding money in, which is FSK. And I'm going to put the stock code in the chat. Right? And I want y'all to go look up where it was and where it's at right now. FSK. Now let me get back to my portfolio. Right? And I'm using this. This is the reason why I'm using this. But I'm glad your portfolio, brothers, doing all right, man. That's real talk. I love it. I love it.
See, it's
so FSK.
With that though, right? It's because I got a journal. Like I said before, I got a journal and I keep everything. So I started yesterday and I wrote all my my codes and everything down, the average price that I got it at, and then the amount of shares that I got, and then from there I'll just keep tracking it in person, and then you see the growth in person. But also, like, you can use that to track your growth, so that way you're not really, like, if you don't understand the charts and the flows of everything, it's easier for you to track to see where you started at to where you're finishing at, and you can see the growth. Because if you, like you said, if you get into the political aspect of everything, you get lost in what they're talking about and they keep you down, you're going to lose everything you just put into the stock market. But if you sit behind, you wait, you be patient, it's going to grow. But if you ain't got the patience, then you probably in the wrong industry right now.
Because a wise investor might shift gears, but he ain't turning off the car. And I agree. And I'm giving y'all an example of FSK is a company that I've been holding for a while, and I was in the green for a long while. I literally only had 30 shares of it. Kid you not. And I was like, oh man, I see. And then back then I was like, man, I wish I would have bought more. I wish I would have had more money at the time that I purchased it, right? My average cost right now is at $15.49, right? The stock price is at $11.25.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm down a lot of money. Now, that was when I had 30 shares. I got 100 shares now. Why do I have 100 shares? Because the stock price went below my average. Now, my average used to be higher than where it is right now. And I've been buying it ever since it dropped. So I done bought up to 100 shares where I originally had 30 shares. Now, I've been collecting dividends, which is They pay every 3 quarters. I've been collecting 70 cents a share in dividends for the last 4 years on that 30 shares that I had. Now they had a bad quarter financially wise. Stock price started going down. They decided they were going to lower it, cut their dividends down because, of course, the company they need cash. They got to reserve cash. So they cut their dividend. The average person going to see their money going down and say, what they going to do? They're going to bail out. You get what I'm saying? I didn't bail out. I started buying more. Now I'm up to 100 shares and I'm going to keep going. Now, am I going to go in fast? The 100 shares is my minimum that I wanted with this company anyway. Now it's just, okay, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. Now, they've already announced that they're going to pay out dividends. It's just not going to be as high. The dividend that they're going to pay out right now is like 48 cents. So they dropped it from 68 cents. It was actually 68 cents down to 48 cents. I understand business. If you don't have, if you need to reserve cash for whatever reason, it is what it is. I understand that. I'll take this thing. I up my game. And now, even when the next time they pay out a dividend, I'm going to easily get about $50 in dividends off of that 100 shares that I own. Now, let me ask you a question. Right now, that's about, in my investment is probably about $1,400. Let's take the $1,400, right? Let's say if I put $1,400 into a bank account, savings account, 5 years ago, would I get $50 in dividend? I mean, $50 after 5 years? No. This is why I do what I do. I'd rather take the risk than not. This is why I do what I do. Now, I'm not a person that's going to sell. I just buy as low as possible, and I just keep racking up. I wish I could sell some of the stuff that I had because there's stuff I was up a lot. But hold on, let me get back to the chat, Bo. And Shaq, you know me personally. How many times you heard me say the same repetitive conversation?
Yeah, it's over and over again. And it's funny too, because we talk about crypto all the time. We talk about stocks and all of that all the time. And it's funny because one of the things on my list right now is XRP. And, you know, this unknown person put it on, or Mark's put it on there. Yeah. XRP is definitely right now in the way it's sitting. I got a feeling that it's going to go over 10 cents here real soon. And it's going to probably hit $1 and shoot up because the 52-week high is at like $1.60 something, if I'm not mistaken. So if it's at like 9 cents right now, the 52-week low is at like 7 cents. So if it shoots back up to $1 something, I'm in some good situations right here.
Now, understand this, and this is just my opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. Just understand. If companies and banks are starting to recognize crypto as assets, listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. If they're starting to recognize crypto as assets and allowing people to leverage against their assets, do you think that they want to loan you money to hold it? Why would they want to loan you good money for bad crypto? Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. Why would a bank be willing to loan you good money for a bad asset? If crypto is a bad investment, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just trying to say what I'm saying. This is just my logic. If crypto is a bad investment, why would banks be willing to allow you to leverage against the value of your crypto? That's just like when you look at, they say, oh, the ocean's going to rise and these type of areas are going to flood out like Florida and stuff. And that's to spook the other people out of there. But yet they're buying and building property right there where they keep saying it's going to flood and do all this stuff. That's the distraction, to scare you away from opportunity. That's the only reason why I'm rocking out with my crypto. I'm not selling it. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold until it says zero. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've made a little bit of money off of crypto over time, trading some here and there, just to be able to reposition myself in crypto even more. So there are times where I'll take some profit out of crypto. If I see it, hold on to the money. When I see it fall back down, it allows me to, okay, now I want to up my position. Because for me, it's the same as dividends. It's the same as crypto, and it's the same as that things that I have that don't pay dividends. Accumulation is always my key. More, cheap as possible, as much as possible. That's it. All right, let me get back to the chat. So what's your thoughts on that, Shaq?
Yeah, I think that's a smart avenue of approach in the way to just kind of tackle things. Because if you think about it, right, is if you buy big, right, and let's say if for one of the actual stocks is like $50, you buy in at $50, and then let's say it's having a good quarter, it shoots up, whatever. But let's say it drops back down and it drops below that $50 average price that you bought it at originally. Why wouldn't you want to buy in at that lowest price to bring your
Right.
average cost down? It only makes sense because if you buy in low, and I think too, it ties back in a lot to like the stock market crashes and all that, the recessions and whatnot. Because when people hear about, oh, we're going into a recession, they want to pull their money out the stock market. If people just waited it out, how much money and put money into it, how much money would they actually be up right now if they just waited it out? And on the long term too, is like if they made profit and let's say, all right, it's a good quarter, you made profit on it, take a little bit of profit out, not a lot, but like maybe 4% profit. You take that 4% out, keep it in your account just to sit there for a little bit. Watch the next quarter. If it drops, reinvest it into that and then watch it go back up again. You make more profit on it. But you got, like I said, it's all about patience. It's all about the right timing. And it's all about paying attention to what's happening around the world too, as well. Because we talked about this the other day. Like some people just think, oh, the tariffs are bad. The tariffs are bad. But like, how is that really affecting the stock market as well? Oh, well, if they take tariffs from us, are people going to buy back into the stock market? If they keep it, are people going to take money from the stock market? Right? It's a lot that you got to look into here with that as well. But eventually, like everybody's their own individual person as well. We can only give you but so much information and tell you what we're doing that's working for us. But you have to be that adult and make those decisions for yourself. So if you're not making those decisions for yourself, then how are you investing in your future? Because you can use this money, because the stock market is you lending money to these companies to help them become successful. So if I was to take my basketball team and my sports enterprise and put it on the stock market and open it up, people would invest into my basketball enterprise, and then it would help us out. And then we will reinvest back into the people by those dividends or whatever it may be. But if you're not investing in your retirement, in your future, then that's on you. You can only lead an adult so far before you have to just step away and do your own thing and let them drown.
And let them, right, exactly. Now, this particular person, 34, made a few statements about what happened when Trump was doing his State of the Union speech. And there was a moment when Trump said putting America first, and none of the Democrats stood up. They thought, no, America shouldn't be first. And I'm explaining to you why, in my opinion, why they did not stand up. Number one is because I always said this before, they're more concerned about their party, not America. They're concerned about their party. So what happens is, because they're not, what's up, Ant Like the Bug? Hold on one second, Ant, give me a minute. But because they're not concerned about America first, they're concerned about their party first. So, and this is why I always have to relate things. This is why you have to relate the political stuff that they do compared to what's happening. Now, if you look across America, right, most of the places that they are in charge of, they got the most impoverished demographic of people, right? Philadelphia, Chicago, Baltimore, Maryland, Los Angeles, California, most of the places, they have the most impoverished people. They have the lowest income of people. So why would you not want to see? Now, all of these people are located where? In America. This is common sense. They're located in America. So why would you not want to stand and say, put America first? You get what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with racial, none of that stuff. We all live in America. Why would I want to put the people in America, citizens of America, first? Now, These very same people, knowing what Washington's going to do, knowing what's going to happen on Wall Street, guess what they're not going to do? They're not going to go to these communities and sit down with the very same people that are impoverished and say, listen, if you want to come out of poverty, this is what you need to do. Buy a piece of America that is available to you. The stock market is what? Publicly traded companies. That means that it is the ability for the public to purchase a piece of this economy that you may possibly benefit from. That's all it is. But if I don't bring that to the communities in which I serve, guess what's going to happen? Why wouldn't I want to do that? Why? Because I want to have my thumb under. I want them under my thumb. Because what brings people liberation? Finances, right? But
Freedom,
if I
yeah.
make sure
Financial
you
freedom.
bankrupt and cost you more to function in any place you live, financial freedom is what's give you liberty a lot of time. But if I keep you bankrupt, and if I keep you under the thumb of what I say I'm going to give you through taxes or whatever in the government, now I have to rely on what you do as opposed to opening up the door to say, listen, this is America, this is the stock market. Matter of fact, you have access to buy stock in other countries, not just America. If another country is going to make money off the tariffs, then why not say, okay, they're going to make money because of the tariffs, then you invest in them. But they don't tell you that stuff. You know what they do? They give noise, rhetoric, and distract you from the opportunity to make money. Now, Shaq just sat there and he said 6 months ago, he started feeding a little bit of money in, and I only asked him about one thing on his portfolio. Now, me personally, before we get into Ant Like the Bug, I kept saying to people that I'm buying Ford. I'm buying Ford. And I was saying this 4 months ago. Right now, I am in General Motors and Stellantis. Right now, General Motors, I am up 121%. Ford Motor Company, I am up 68%. Stellantis is the only one that I'm down with, and I'm explaining to y'all why I'm going to buy more Stellantis. Stellantis, because of the fact that they was trying to aggressively go after this electric cars that most people don't want, they took a $22 billion loss. But they started changing that direction, and now they're getting them back into gas-powered engine, right? So I said I'm going to buy up Stellantis. Now, there's a number I'm looking for, and I ain't see my number yet. I still have stock in them. I'm in the red, but I got a certain amount of money, the dollar amount, that if I see Stellantis hit $7 a share, that's when I'm going to start buying more. If it don't hit $7 a share, I'll just sit on what I already have. Why? Because they are changing their direction. They're going back to gas engines. They came out with the 6-pack, the Scat Pack, all of the cars that people, Mopar cars that people that their customers actually like, and they no longer pissing off their customer base by making electric cars that their customer base did not want. It's like Subaru. Most Subaru people who buy Subarus are people that does a lot of hiking and mountain climbing and stuff like that. And they go off-road, like four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive Subaru. Now, if Subaru decide, you know what, we don't care about those people that have been buying our cars for years. We're going to go chase somebody else that ain't going to buy the product, and then you're going to get your behind handed to you in the process, right? Because you pissed off your customer base. You get what I'm saying? But Ant Like the Bug. What's going on with you, brother? How you doing? Welcome in to Financial Fridays. How's everything going with you?
I'm good myself. I'm all right, man. I kind of got here. Like I said, I want to always come in on the realism of conversation of, I don't want to come in the room. I apologize. I don't want to come in the room not understanding what's to talk today. Yeah, right. I ain't gonna worry about everybody over there talking about.
To kind of catch you up to speed, we were basically talking about crypto, and I know you've had crypto in the past. And we were also talking about dividend stocks, and sorry, and we were talking about and Shaq was just kind of going over a little bit of his portfolio and how his portfolio has performed in the last 6 months, and that's basically what the vast majority of what we was talking about. But there was a little bit about why I say you have to somewhat pay attention to politics, because you got to see what things are getting ready to go, and that's what I was relating to the stock market, Ford Motor Company, because when they start incentivizing, saying, listen, if you buy a car that's made in America, you'll be able to write off the interest. I think it was $10,000 of the interest that you're gonna pay on a brand new vehicle that's built, made in America. All right, that's going to encourage people to do what? Buy American brands or made in America. So as an investor, right? As an investor, if I know that that's the direction that the country might go, it wasn't finished in Congress, but let's just say as an investor, I know that there's a possibility that this might happen, right? Why wouldn't I buy the companies that are what? In America. That's common sense. And this is the reason why my portfolios are performing so well. That's not inside trading information. That's me kind of saying, forget the noise.
Public trading. Now, let me say.
I know that Ford is a publicly traded company that, wait a minute, that pays dividends every quarter, right?
Yeah.
And your car made by Ford, right?
Yep.
Do you not know that if you had $120,000, right, between $120,000 and $140,000 in Ford Motor Company, I'm getting ready to give y'all some math, right? And you had it when they originally started talking about this stuff 6 months ago, and you purchased Ford when it was like $8 a share.
I was just about to say,
financed the Ford Motor Company car. You could have went and financed the car, took the dividends that Ford pays you every 3 months, and paid the car note. Ford would have been paying for your car through dividends.
Yes.
So again, I asked the question. And for people that sit there and say, United States this, United States that, listen, that's why I personally, this had nothing to do with nobody. That's why I say United States of America is the greatest country in the world. Why? Because if you really start to pay attention, it's set right. This is why people be trying to come here. They see what I see. That's why I don't never say I want to go nobody. No, I love what I see. Why? Capitalism. It's a beautiful thing if you understood capitalism. Capitalism is the reason why Ant Like the Bug went and bought a remote control lawnmower. I want to tell y'all something. He went and bought a remote control lawnmower. Why? Capitalism. And you say, what the one got to do with the other? Why? Because he can capitalize on people being intrigued by him cutting their lawn with a remote control lawnmower. I'm just saying. Well,
it makes you want to look at it and play with it. No, but
you understand my point is this.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of capitalism. People try to paint capitalism as just a bad thing. It's not. It's a beautiful thing if you understood it. Most people that say that don't even understand what capitalism is. Shaq, you make shirts?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you make shirts?
I make shirts to support my enterprise, my business. So
right. What allows you to do that? Does capitalism allow you to do that?
My free will allows me to do that.
But you understand my point. If we did not have a capitalism.
Whose shirt you wearing, Shaq?
This
what I got on?
Yeah, Ryan. Whose shirt y'all wearing?
This is Shaq's shirt.
Right. That's my point. My point.
Right. So he capitalized off the fact that I wanted one. You understand what I'm saying? He provided something that somebody else wanted. That's capitalism.
Not nobody want my Batman shirt. Right. Get a shirt off my back.
Right. And that's right.
Yeah. But no, like I said, I feel like I'm a common person. I don't look at stuff analytically, but I will say yes, he's just true about that. You have to look at the politics to understand it. But if you're saying you got your free will to go and invest in everything that like he said is true with Ford. And I try to, and it gives you the freedom to not just invest in the company you want, even in competitors. I felt as when I had money in the bank, I could never save any money in the bank because they were getting all the interest, all the rates. You say, hey, I'm gonna invest in S&P 500 100,020, and you get a portion of that 100,020 investors to give you something. You can have $30,000 in the bank, savings or checking, and get $1.40 at the end of the year. Okay, so I'm trying to tell y'all on a common basis. Let's say you ain't smart about money, but I'm just telling you commonly, this makes sense to you, right? Sense to you, right? So I say, I try to own everything I buy and pay for and go where I go. Longhorn. Then I'm gonna look around, keep saying, okay, I don't go to KFC, but guess what? I'm investing in it. I go to the airport, I invest in airlines. This is just that. I don't care. American, You know what? And then I turn around, buy a share of it, all of them. I ain't got to go to work and do nothing to go for that. But I feel like it's a rebate. And
Right.
publicly, you can buy into all those companies and not buy into 1,000 companies. You know what I mean? Like, you're not getting nothing. So let's just say I invest $20 in something that gave me 30 cents every 3 months. Do you know 30 cents times 12? I don't know. I'm just saying, I ain't even gonna add it. I'm not even gonna tell y'all nothing. But I bet you it's more than I had 30,000 in the bank. They gave me $1.30 at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you was able to invest 30,000 into a lot of companies that would give you the same dividends. Excuse me, not the same dividends. They would be giving you the dividends that those S&P 500 and S&P thousands wasn't giving you. Because you're not getting their profits. You're not getting none of that. So I'm trying to tell y'all that so y'all can commonly think that. You know what I'm saying? Not analytically think that, to say to be high powered. Any regular person can do this because it gives you the freedom to do it, whether you smart or you dumb, you're intelligent or you're professional. You could be a kid, you could be old, you could be black, you could be white, you could be short, you could be ugly, you could be handicapped, you could be stupid. You know what I'm saying to me? You don't even know. That's how GameStop messed the whole game up. What are they going to do? Play games. And they had EA, they had music, they had games, they had schooling, they had GameStop had everything. So a lot of companies was invested in that order, and they put sports, they had athletes in it. How you gonna get rid of that? So people was like, oh, they're not gonna buy up to them. It's like Trading Places. Remember with Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
Pork bellies, ain't nobody gonna buy no pork bellies. You chase it up. You know what I'm saying? Chase it up, everybody chase the market up, and what they do, they rock the market out. All right, pull it out, boom. Listen, y'all, simple is out there, and the freedom of y'all being able to do it. Don't make it hard for yourself. Y'all been making it hard for yourself too long.
Right. Exactly.
Politics, like you said, y'all watching less and seeing more go right by y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's all this, you're making it hard for yourself. And like you said, and if you got more liberties when you got money.
Right.
If you're spending your money frivolously, you ain't spending your money smart. You don't own nothing, you ain't gonna try to keep nothing.
Right. You gotta understand, these politicians are making decisions on your life and how it's going to affect your life. Whether we like it or not, most of us don't like it. Like, honestly, I don't like it. I talk about it, but I don't really particularly like it. But I understood that how much that it does have, it can have a detrimental effect on your life. Right. So me understanding that part is like, yeah, I get it. So again, it's shifting from why I pay attention to see where I'm going to shift my money. And Ant made a good point when it comes to, he said something about when he goes to Longhorn, right? Now, Longhorn's on the stock market, all right? So he's in Longhorn. Let's say he said, you know what, I'm excited to go to Longhorn, get me some food. Now, what he said was a little bit of a discount because he's like, well, if I got one share of Longhorn, every 3 months, they're going to pay me a dividend. Now, it might not be a lot of money, but that's based on the amount of position that he hold. Now, I'm gonna take it a little bit step further. I'm gonna go with Pepsi, right? I drink
Yep,
Pepsi.
got
I
them
like
too.
Pepsi. Right.
And Coca-Cola.
Right.
And
So,
Coca-Cola.
me personally, in all honesty, I go to the store and I pay for my Pepsi. But because I own so much of Pepsi, I don't pay for Pepsi because the money come back in a form of
I don't even buy soda.
right. I don't right. It comes right. You know what I'm saying? It comes back in the form of dividend. Listen,
But I own it.
UPS, right? I own a good
Yep.
chunk of money in UPS, right? Every 3 months, UPS, based off the shares that I own, I get maybe about $20 in dividends every 3 months with UPS. So let's just say I got to ship something through UPS twice a month, right? It's already covered because I'm getting dividends back from UPS. You understand where I'm going with this. This is why I do things the way that I do it. Now, again, it goes back to the same formality. If you don't have, or if you're not getting into the investment, you're going to be a victim to this. These people, and when I say that, is the people that run these impoverished communities, these people that are having financial struggles, are going through all this stuff financially. These are the ones that will always be the victim to this because they got them distracted by stupid stuff. Oh, let's get out here and protest about this. And let's get out here and protest about that. How is any of that going to benefit your life personally?
And shoot people.
You're going to get out there and protest. Right. You're going to get out there and protest. And you're going to get hungry. And that's what the benefit to me is. You're going to get out there and you're going to protest. I hope you go to Longhorn when you do it. And guess what? You're going to have to drive wherever you're going at. I hope you go to Sunoco when you do it.
No, right. I'm going to say I go to Sunoco too. You know what I mean? So I was just about to say the only thing make me mad is why never went public.
I know. That don't mean it don't never happen.
It just made me think about it when you bought a Sunoco, like and why ever listen, y'all. I'm just saying, like this is what people just don't. I don't care about sports. But I'm gonna tell you what I will care about. I'm gonna tell you I care about stocks. I care about owning something. I like owning stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then you get something back for it. You know what I mean? It's just simple. Don't make it hard on yourself. Y'all so busy trying to make so much money, but you don't know how to budget and buy the right stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's about a little bit of ownership in that company. Well, but
yeah. And my thing is that this is where, again, I go into this is how I see my life as it stands right now when it comes to where I spend my money. I get gas at Sunoco. It comes back in the form of dividend. Right into my account, bam, dividend. I get gas at sometimes Shell, sometimes Mobile, all different ones that I stop at gas. I got shares on. Now, people leave their money sitting in banks. I know that banks loans out money. I don't put it in the bank. I just buy up the bank stocks. I own Bank of America. I own U.S. Bank. I own a few others.
Wells Fargo,
right. I get
BlackRock, like pieces of everything, embalming fluid companies, like
I get dividend based off of what? The money that I have invested in it. Again. Wait a minute, and they on your lawnmower. Hold up.
Nah. What happened?
Read the chat. I just brought it up.
Wait, they actually have a remote control lawnmower. What if that thing start going crazy like the lawnmower man? Only I can control it. They don't make one. Only I make them. Where's your local area you live at? Yes, man. It's actually it's a company called Mo Raider. Actually, to get I actually have a code number. I'm sorry, I don't have
Hey,
it.
Dark
I can
Horse.
go on my phone and get it to you right now if you wish to buy one. You know what I'm
Right, Dark
saying?
Horse.
Huh?
If you go to Ant Like the Bugs channel, and I know Ant, you got video of you using it on your channel.
Yes,
Dark
yes,
Horse, if you follow Ant Like the Bugs channel, you'll see what we're talking about.
yes. If go on Ant Like the Bug on YouTube, and you'll see it. I'll make sure I bring that up. Definitely, I have a business in doing that where I am right now. But it's a wonder to see it. You know what I mean? A lot of times people try to get me on it. So the name of my company is called Ditch Mowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm
that's
laughing.
that's
This
my
is
company
actually
name. It's called Ditch.
this
Is
this statement is actually a really good statement. You never want your money in banks, particularly
yes,
giving it to someone so that they can get richer while your numbers don't change.
yes,
This is
y'all.
where you have to be okay. And the reason why I brought that one up, and I wanted to go back to I wanted to bring that up is because this is the point that we be trying to make. And listen, if I was up here on here hollering back and forth with people about drama, about politics, I'll probably have 100 people on here because they just like drama. But when you start talking about finances and relating it to why I pay attention to it to some extent and how it affects my portfolio, most people are not going to want to hear that part because they don't see what was. And guess what? That is the very reason why 60 to 70% of America is always going to be victim to it. And then guess what? As an investor, I'm going to let y'all know right now, I'm okay with it. Why? Because that guarantees, that secures the economy that I'm going to make money and my investments are going to do well because y'all going to keep spending. So I encourage you to keep spending because you ain't going to listen to nothing we talking about. You're not even going to take it into account what we talking about.
Yep. A lot of people,
Because it's not drama.
all that money that those people got for was a stimulus checks.
Right.
Everyone that got a stimulus check, politically, financially, y'all should have had invested.
Yeah, I don't know.
All those people that got those,
I would check.
what's them PPA loans? If y'all turned around and invested it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm going getting, murked from saying it, but you know what I'm saying? But again, had y'all had done that, your income tax.
Here's a question that they asked, and then I'll answer this question. Is it possible for a black person in America to make Bill Gates money or Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett with being borrowed from the top elite? First of all, the part that you're missing in this is this. In order to get what they got, I got to do what they did. Number one. That's number one. Now, as it relates to Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, that's a different animal. But Warren Buffett is a little more capable of for me. Because Warren Buffett wasn't one. Warren Buffett started investing and he only had $10,000 when he started. So yeah, I can probably do what Warren Buffett did. My thing is this: I ain't concerned about the elites. There's no such thing as an elite. That's labels that people put on people. Oh, the elites. What makes a person elite? I'm not trying to. This is not a critical. I'm not doing this to be a part of anybody's elite. That's the whole point. I'm trying to get the very same piece of pie. I know that there are billions of dollars that's competing on the other end of this. But I know also that people are going to make these mistakes and they're going to make bad choices. And I'm going to continuously capitalize on it. This is not about me trying to be a part of someone's elite. This is a merit. This is me trying to get the largest part of this pie that I can get. And the only way that I got to do it, the only way I personally can do it is to keep on recycling my money and to reposition myself to have the largest part of the pie. Because I can tell you this much, I got a way bigger piece of the pie than I had 7 years ago. The part of the pie that I had 7 years ago is way big.
You sound like you became a Jefferson.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? Now we done been in the big leagues.
Listen, Jefferson, I want to see that dance, Ryan.
But that's the whole point. Is that if you
Moving on up.
Listen, if you only had $1, right? Let's just say you only had $1. $1 gives you a crumb of the pie. $5 gives you a little bit more crumbs. And let's see, here's one thing. This is why I am a Bible believer. The Bible says, don't despise small beginnings, meaning just because it's small, you don't give up. I apply biblical principles to my life. My cousin can attest to this. I'll relate one to the other all the time. Me not despising small beginnings is this. I just kept doing it. Now, my cousin, Ant Like the Bug, knows my journey. He knows when I started and when I was talking this way, 7, 8 years ago. Like, yo, they actually gave you a shot. Like, this is what's going on. I was feeding crumbs. But guess what happens with the crumbs that I was feeding? A crumb was giving me a little smaller crumb back. And I was like, oh, they going to give me a little crumb back? Okay, I'm going to take the crumb. I'm not going to eat the crumb. I'm going to put that crumb with the other crumbs so I have more crumbs. Eventually, those crumbs started to become the small little slices of that pie. And the pie slices every month as the dividends came back, and I kept adding more money in with the dividend. I take the dividend money and my own money, add that together, and that was more money. The pie just kept growing and growing and growing. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not rich. I'm far from rich. But the pie, if I had to look at where I started and where I am right now, I can tell you right now that my portfolio as a whole is 1,000% more than what it was when I started. Maybe even more. I don't even know the percentage. But I can tell you right now, it is a drastic difference from where I started.
Yeah.
Like, somebody said something. Hold on. George Jefferson, the smart man, cleaning business, get you the money. Now, here's the thing. Again, it's funny that he brought up the Jeffersons, right? Now, again, George Jefferson owned a cleaning business, right? If you listen to the song, they talked about getting a piece of the pie. Right? Now I'm talking about getting a piece of the pie. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, say what y'all want to say. In my opinion, this is why I love this country. This is why I love America. Because it is the land of opportunity. America is one of the few places that you can be broke.
He said that in there. I bet you in episode he said that.
A way to come up out of it. Here's the thing. Go look at Don King's where he started at when he started out in boxing. Where did Don King started out promoting at?
Yeah, I think after he went to jail or something like that, right?
Right.
This is
the reason why I say people miss the message. He started out, he was in prison. When he got out of prison,
Judge Mathis too. No, I'm sorry.
He started promoting fights, right? He became one of the largest boxing promoters of the time, right? How many words have Don King in the whole time we've ever watched Don King used? I'm dead serious. How many words have Don King ever used in his whole history of boxing?
Only in America. This is hair, yo. Only in America.
Don King,
I ain't got no hair, so.
He was never flamboyant. He never even cut his head. But Don King,
they had it taped up and nothing.
He had this little tiny flag walking through the ring saying only in America. Now I'm gonna tell you something. This is just my opinion. As all of the black leaders, and I'm only banging this out for a point, out of all of the black leaders that have get up there and made 100,000 speeches that went nowhere, the one speech that we should have been paying attention to was the one that Don King kept saying. Only in America could you be somebody that came out of prison as a black man and be worth $300 million promoting, pushing people to fight. How many of us have instigated a fight in school?
Violence. You know what I mean?
How many of us have instigated?
But no, boxing is art. Boxing is art. Don't get it wrong, yo.
It is an Get a fair one going. Remember that ant? Can't get along.
Yeah.
Get a fair one going. pushing the
Right.
fight. That's all Don
Mhm.
King was doing. He took that to the ring and made money and capitalized off of it.
Mhm. Hey, capitalism is there. You leaving it on the table
And
for somebody
they
else.
mad at him
Like,
because they say, oh, he this and that. But my thing is just look how many fighters that he actually made rich too. Then they
why
might
do they
not like
make
the skills that
hoverboard?
they got,
Mhm.
but you should have never signed
Why they make hoverboards?
huh?
So why they make hoverboards?
Because people lazy, they don't want to work.
That capitalism, people just lazy, they ain't want to walk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Capitalism.
Let me tell you
Capitalism.
how amazing capitalism can be sometimes. You can make an invention, and there might be things that you thought about in that invention. But this is why sometimes I get mad at sometimes because somebody will take your invention, right? They can make an invention and say, oh man, this was great. And then other people will say, and they'll start using the very same thing that you made. You say, oh, I want to make a hoverboard so kids can play with the hoverboard and stuff like that. Next thing you know, hoverboards got so popular that strippers was using them. Videos are using them. They were selling so many hoverboards, it ain't funny. Now, here's the thing. Everything has a season. And you got to know when to get in.
Spinners. Hold up, spinners.
Right.
Well, I could put 3 on my finger. They was a crazy. I'm up this thing. I'm sitting around and I could just spin them and spin them. Yeah, spin them, spin them. You know what I mean? Look at it on my finger. Yeah. I could put on the middle finger. Look. And people were buying them like crazy. You know what I'm saying? So again, all capitalism. The Slinky. How many of us bought the Slinky?
Oh my God.
How many of us still like to see the Slinky walk down the steps? You know what I mean?
Right. And my point is that you don't know
Mhm.
where you don't know where capitalism, meaning capitalizing off of something that other people just don't want to do, can take you.
Mhm.
Now, me personally, this is why I love the stock market. Because I'm not out there trying to invent nothing. I want to invest
Yep.
what everybody else is doing. I ain't
Yep.
trying to make the greatest food. I know how to cook. I ain't even trying to open a restaurant. Why?
Nope.
Because
Nope.
Wendy's, which right now
I'm invested in technology. I'm getting back on the road of doing what I used to do with investing because I wanna
why would
start
I
from
go
the
open up
beginning
a
and show
restaurant
y'all my
when I can
beginning
buy
again.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
Why would I go open up a restaurant when I drive by McDonald's, I see the drive-through and the store is busy. I ain't open up no restaurant.
Yep.
I'm gonna buy McDonald's. If I go to Wendy's, I see people in
And
Wendy's, I'm
Burger
gonna buy Wendy's.
King.
I'm gonna buy
Burger
Burger.
King, Taco
Right.
Bell,
I'm gonna figure
KFC.
out what's on. If I go drive past Longhorn like you like, and I see people, I'm gonna buy Burger. I'm gonna buy them. I see people at the gas station, I'm gonna buy that. I see people in the supermarket, I'm gonna buy that. Wherever I see people buy, listen, when I'm in the supermarket, guess what I look at people's cart for? To see what they buy. I'm nosy in the supermarket. I'm like, oh, they got cereal. I see everybody in this.
I lose you everywhere. Barbershop, yeah.
Kellogg's, Post cereal. I'm like, okay, Campbell's. I'll be looking in there, and then I'll be like, okay, what else is on the stock market that I can get my hands on? That's the way I shop. I look and see where people spend their money, and that's where I look to spend mine. Invest my money where people spend their money.
And you know what? I think here's a funny part. Here's the other thing, y'all. When stock prices and or prices go up on stuff,
Go ahead.
I don't even be mad.
Huh?
When prices go up on stuff, I don't even be mad. Because I own a share in the companies that the price is going up in.
I know.
I'm like, oh my God, the price is going up. Oh, wait a minute. What's my dividends going to look like? You know what I mean? And so when you say like you don't want to look at politics, when they talk about oil prices is going to sky high rising, I'll be on my electric bike, investing in Sunoco, you know what I mean, Mobile, you know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there going, damn. I ain't worried about it going up. That's what they said. Oh, jewelry going up. Damn, I don't wear no jewelry. I don't wear no gold, silver. Listen, I move in the house. I'm like, what energy sources they got? Oh, Pico, P&G,
American Girl,
GE, you know what I mean? AEP, you know what I mean?
Water, American
What's the
Girl.
other one? Enbridge, you know what I mean? Dominion Energy, you know what I'm saying? I can keep going on. Like, and guess what? I move in the house, I'm like, I already know the source is here and that source is there, pay for that, pay for that. And I feel like it paid me back. Well, I own a portion of that company.
And then some of that
So when
come
their
back.
prices go up, I don't be mad because when they stock go up, I don't be mad. And I'm just telling y'all so simplify it easier to y'all to understand the degree that in my degree. That's me. I'm just not analytically and politically correct.
You know
I'm just
what?
telling y'all when you're talking about, Finance Fridays, I'm telling you this.
I agree with this statement wholeheartedly. The greatest gift a community can give back to their community is financial education on all levels to everyone. Now, here's the thing.
Like I love that, bro. I love that.
I'm gonna get
I
right
love
back
it.
to that. I want to go back to something else before we get into that because there was a lot going on, and I was going back. But number one, Mark Sampson, I want to say first of all, appreciate you again. I would love to be able to get you on the show one day. If you ever want to make an appearance on the show, you are definitely welcome, man. Appreciate you very, very much. Real talk. You be holding us down, man. And I want to make a statement because Mark really been holding us down is that just so you know that some of what you help us with here has allowed us to be able to help Dover Dogs basketball team financial in a small way. And that's real talk. Like honestly speaking, just so you know what you help do us do here on the OG network, it also helps us to be able to help Dover Dogs basketball league in a small way too. So some of what you give on to us has already went to Dover Dogs. Help me because I think that what he's trying to do is hard to do, is very expensive. But I just want to say, Mark, I appreciate you so much, man. Real talk.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Marks, man. We appreciate you.
Real talk.
Yeah.
When Shaq is
Yeah, we
gone, man.
appreciate it. That's wonderful, man.
But
We're
back
forgiving
to
because
the
we
other
give.
statement, when
Yeah.
he said, now the reason why I wanted to go back to this statement here is that, I'm gonna say this because Ant Like a Bug is a witness to this. Anybody that has ever came into my presence, this is the education you're gonna get from me. This is every time I'm around somebody, this is what you're gonna get. I don't care if you don't want to hear what I got to say, I'm gonna say it. You could walk away and say, but guess what you'll never be able to say? He had all that knowledge and he didn't share none of it. He had all that
Mm-hmm.
financial knowledge and he didn't share it. I was at my son's house the other day and he had went in the house. Two people was outside. He came back outside twice. Guess what I was doing? Talking finance. My son don't think that because he's not interested. That ain't got nothing to do with them. I don't care if you're not interested in nothing I say. I'm not. It don't matter to me. You might think your father's the biggest idiot in the world, but I got results behind what I say, and I'm gonna keep talking. See, sometimes your kid think the person is irritated, and they don't realize that sometimes people consume it. They might not consume it in the moment, but they might walk away and say, "That's what he was talking about," and then put it to use, and then come back later and say, "Man,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad you put me on game because it
Mm-hmm.
changed my life for the better. It helped my life for the better." So that's why I never change my conversation. Even if I know for a fact that the person I'm talking to is irritated by what I say, I don't care. Because if you get
Correct.
any of what I say, guess what? A person that really cares about you is not concerned about your feelings. They concerned more about your
Mm-hmm.
outcome in life. So if I try to foot your feelings and try to talk away and give you some good feel good talk, knowing that there's some greater stuff that I can tell you that can help your life down the road, and it might be irritating, or you might say, "Man, it's too
Yeah.
much." I mean, it's too much.
Constructive
That tells you
criticism.
that the person really cares about you because they're trying to help you, give you something that's going to better your life, as opposed to, "Oh, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. It's going to be all right." How? How's it going to be all right? Or if I tell you how to do something and say, "Look, you can make it all right if you do this. You can make it better if you do this." That's how it's going to be all right because I gave you something to work with. That's it. What if a big company secretly defines that? I'm not sure where you're going with that, but I'm not sure what you mean by that. But
Hello?
now
Hello?
I'm not sure what they mean by that. Like I have to really dissect what the question that they're asking with this one. He's talking about government contracts and they cancel the contracts. Um, I'm not sure what they mean by that. Honestly, I can't even answer because I'm not even sure where they're going with that. I watch the channel for Ryan content. I appreciate you, Ryan. I mean, Mark, it's cool. I get it. I mean, I appreciate you very, very much. I real talk. But
Yeah.
holding us down really, and like I said, yeah, everybody on my channel don't all like people that are part of my OG network. Honestly, that I don't need them to always agree with me. When it comes to politics, I don't even look at nobody like that.
Yeah.
Right. I don't. That's one thing I don't do is because at the end of the day, I'm not going to let my political bring me in to be one of those people that I can't deal with you because you don't agree with me politically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't agree with you politically, but I don't argue with you about it. Your stance is your stance, is your point. That's why it's your opinion. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
That's why that's
And,
true.
because because I know that the vast majority of people that they making it personal. I don't make it personal. This is just my observation of what I see going on
It-
worldwide. And if they really
isn't red and black
right,
your favorite colors?
yeah,
It's not
and
mine.
if they really paid attention to what I'm saying, I'm not really talking about politics. I'm really talking
Yeah.
about common sense, and
Mhm.
I'm relating it to what makes sense politically and what don't. And that's where
Mhm.
people start to miss it. At they keep thinking that it's he's no. What I'm trying to tell you is to get your head out of all of the noise because the noise is not
Mhm.
going to be beneficial to me. But what's going to be beneficial is that if they're making a decision that's going to positively affect your life or negatively affect your life, I'm trying to give you the picture of why in my opinion, this is what it's going to do. And that's the way I keep trying to, that's the part that I keep trying to tell people. Now, Mark, again, he said he support my channel because for my Ryan's content. I mean, and I get it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it very, very much. I bring people on my show and I make people part of the OG network because at the end of the day, it's not all about my channel is not all 100% about politics. It's also about entertainment. It's also about the Fragger Show. It's also about top to bottom hair and skincare. It's a lot of things that I'm bringing into it to give the audience a diversification of things that are happening on this OG network. Ron's opinion
That's
don't matter.
everyday life, exactly.
Ron's opinion don't matter is
Yeah.
always going to be part of the show. Ron's opinion don't matter is what started and built this OG network. Ron's opinion don't matter.
Mhm.
My political stance is what made the vast majority of this channel what it became. I would never get away from that. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to change my stance and what I do to make people feel comfortable. They can just not watch me. That's it. But if they watch me,
Turn your face off.
but if they actually watch the show and really dissect a lot of stuff that I'm saying and not be so much, it's never about the person so much as the policies that I'll be talking about and how those things affect. You can change the person, but not change the policy. You'll probably be okay with the policy.
Their policy, exactly. Their policy.
Right. Exactly. And this is where they start to miss what I be trying to say is that if I say, oh, somebody's going to look out for the billionaires, right? Common sense. And I turn around, if somebody say, oh, they're going to look out for the billionaires. And then the person says, well, we want to not tax Social Security. How does that have any effect on billionaires? Social Security is drawn by people that are retired,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
are not They're already living on a fixed income. What the person is saying is we don't want to tax them. We want them to keep their money. Billionaires don't work 9-to-5 jobs. So if I say we don't want to tax overtime, billionaires don't work overtime. Workers work overtime. You get what
I
I'm
don't never
saying?
see. I ain't never seen him at work.
Right. So if I say I don't want to tax people's tips, workers get tips, not billionaires. So when I hear people say, "Oh, he's looking out for the billionaires," he's looking out for the billionaires. You're not making sense. That's why you look like an idiot to a common sense person, because billionaires don't get tips.
Yeah. Yeah. Politics has
Billionaires
anything
don't
to do
work
with that. They
overtime.
don't. Yeah.
So if I see a particular party vote against that, but say they're trying to look out for American citizens, but you're voting against the things that will benefit American citizens, I don't give a damn what party you are. You are not for the citizens. That's just simple common sense.
Hey, man, listen, there's no need to get excited. Don't yell at the people. Don't be mad at them. You know what I'm saying? You know, people think you be mad, but you excited. Don't calm it down, cuz. Calm it down, cuz. I'm telling you, you like I said, but what happens is you get mad at a lot of stupid people. They're watching the wrong things. They arguing about the wrong things, and they complaining about money. And his money being played right around in front of you about it.
I'm never mad. I
Yeah.
know Aaron, but
You're compassionate.
I'm not mad. I'm not angry.
You're compassionate about it.
Because
You know what I
I
mean?
want the best for the average working
For the
class.
average
I'm the
person,
working class. I want the best for the average working class citizen, because we are the ones that have been getting screwed the most.
Yeah.
When I hear
We
stuff
came
that
from
will be
nothing.
beneficial to us, working class, that doesn't mean that millionaires and billionaires ain't gonna benefit. I don't care. When I look at stuff that is more beneficial to me, who are actually part of the working class citizen, that's the points that I be trying to make. That's the point.
I'm about to work on my front, getting my back stuff back in order myself. You know what I'm saying? Just to make the realism of it.
It's all good, Bart. But that's what makes it interesting. He said,
Yeah.
he's a little busted shot, bro. But that's what makes it interesting, man. It's all
Yeah.
good. But you know what, Mark? If we didn't have a variety on this show, you wouldn't have all these options.
Mhm. That's what y'all like about stock options. That's what I like about the freedom of having stock options to do as well. I do remember somebody said something about the bank. Again, when I spoke about the bank earlier and they said, no, you shouldn't put your money in the bank. People didn't put your money in the bank. You don't get the interest of as much interest as you would get from savings as you would get from checking, if any.
Right.
If you were to have a high yield account or a money market account or other accounts other than just the name of bank, that's the only way you're going to get a little bit of extra interest out of having money in the banks if you do it. But again, you still at a standstill with a limited amount of money that you're getting for the amount of money that you actually have in the bank. You know, you put your money in there to get more money. That was the whole process of it all, and being able to save it and finance it.
And you have to you really have to pay attention, because this is what before we get into it, this is where what you're making a real good point, and this is where people miss it also at when it comes to the banks. Whenever the banks are struggling with money, I want y'all to hear me, because this is an education right now. Whenever the banks are struggling with money, what they will do is they will raise the amount of interest that your money will accrue in the bank to entice people to want to put their money in the bank. Why? Because the interest rates from the feds are up high. So money is becoming more scarce. So because money becomes more scarce, the banks are now have to try to reach out to the customers to try to encourage them to put more money in there, and we'll give you more interest on the money. But where people
for amount of months,
for amount of time, a certain amount of time. And where people miss it at, because people have a tendency to be hands off. So they say, okay, we're going to give you, let's say 3% interest on your money, and they might only do it for a year. Because they know if you leave it there for a whole year, you're gonna forget the fact that now after that year, you're not even getting interest on the money no more. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
You've already
Mhm.
seen, oh, I got some interest. I got some interest. Now the money's sitting there. 3 years done went by. You haven't gotten interest for the 2 years. It need not remind you. They have made 100% return on your money that you left there because they done loaned it out, got it back, loaned it out, got it back, loaned it out, got it back, loaned it back. They did it over and over and over. Meanwhile, if you would have took the very same money, saying screw that interest, I'm gonna buy the stock. Let them do that to everybody else.
I
Don't do
know
it.
that's where he's going with it.
I'm gonna let them do it to everybody else, and I'm gonna be.
That's
on the
why I
side.
do that. Yep.
When they make that profit and they get ready to pay out the profits to the investors, I'm gonna be one of the part to take part in that.
Uh-huh.
But and that was the point that is the point of Ant was saying about putting in the IRAs, putting into money markets and stuff like that. Yes, they do.
Put it in the market, right.
They do pay better interest. Now, if you're a person that don't like to deal with the risk of things,
but you're getting more dividends a month, quarterly, yearly out of that than you're getting the interest out of the money that you implying in the bank, though. By far. Let's put it like this. You can have a couple of thousand in shares of stock that you own and then have $80 coming to you a month. $300, $600 coming to you a month. Right. You know, by the more money, y'all, we're just saying, there's the more money, of course, you're going to have more dividends is coming out. So as we saying, we make it simple and just saying that you got a couple of $1,000 in the bank and you're getting cents at the end of the year.
Right.
The interest rate, nothing. In the savings bank. So all the money you put in the savings, you ain't doing nothing but putting in something in the savings and making no money for you, but it's supposed to be. You might as well put it in your floor. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to simplify people who they argue about trying to budget but trying to complain.
No, Mark is funny. Because he keeps saying Shaq raps him the wrong way. But he said, I'm bumping a little Bow Wow in memory of little Shaq. But hey, you know what I mean? Mark, you're a gangster, man. You get every right to say what you want to say, bro.
Oh yeah, little Shaq.
Appreciate you, Mark. Oh, that's funny.
Yes.
Yeah, we try to look out. I mean, we try to look, but honestly, I get it. But honestly, Mark, Shaq's a real good guy, man. I mean, it's funny. Don't lose your stance on this because I like the humor. So stay where you at, Mark. So what I'm getting ready to say, please do not change who you are. I want you to stay with your stand on Shaq. I do. Yeah. But I'm only making the point is actually Shaq's a really good guy. But I want you to stay where you at because I love this part. This makes it even more interesting on the show because Shaq got another hater. It's called Ben. When he does his show on my show, and Ben rubs him the wrong way, and I'll be in the background dying laughing. What's up, Warrior for Christ? God bless you, brother. God bless you. My man, I haven't seen him in a minute. I've been busy myself, honestly. But
yeah.
And I don't know if you know, but when I say gun content and hilarious, man, first of all, he's a man of God, child of God. But that's number one and first foremost. But when it comes to gun content, my man, first of all, he's hilarious. Like he puts a spin on his content that's just hilarious. Number one.
Ain't any actors, man. But let me check the guns, though. But you know,
if you look at his show, he is an actor himself. If you really look at his YouTube channel and look at some of his content,
listen, man. Hey, listen, I'm going to Ohio Media School, wherever you located. I'm going to Ohio Media School. I also was executive producer in a movie that was just put out. Hey, listen, we need to talk.
When we put out our first movie, because listen, y'all, I'm honestly speaking, as things grow, we are going to make a movie on this show. I'm going to make a movie. I'm telling you. Now, it might take me some time. Y'all going to have to rock with me. I don't know when. It ain't like, tomorrow we're going to make a movie. It's not one of those type of situations. But if I ever get to the point where we can
You
financially
could be
do it,
you
and
could be a
work
gun dealer. You could be a
listen,
gun dealer.
Warrior for Christ is one. We're gonna reach out to him because I'm telling you, bro, he's hilarious. When I say hilarious, Ant, he's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. We could be gun dealers, yo. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, he said I was in drama class in high school. Now that makes sense.
Yeah, then I need to subscribe to you, man. Need to check you out. Need to talk to
Bro,
you.
he did this one scene a while back, and I think it was like what's that TV show that Jay said he
Hey,
like
hey, Ron, we
becoming
had
a
some
zombie.
fun gun times too.
No,
When we
it
went to
was
the
he
range
did a
and
zombie like thing, right?
uh,
Like an apocalypse, zombie apocalypse. Bro, I was dying laughing. It's a while ago he did this video. But that's why I said you gotta go watch it. But he did this like a zombie apocalypse type thing. And because he does gun content, but the way he put
we,
this on it, I was
he was he down
huh?
K and A? He was down
No,
K and A.
if he go down to K&A, he gonna have me take every gun he owns.
You couldn't even hit him. They be
He
like, as
might
soon as
come
you go
say,
down,
he might come to my house, be like, yo,
they be like
I'm
the
going down to
Matrix out
K&A, Ron.
there.
He gonna go down there. He gonna come to my house like, Ron, I'm gonna need that stuff you got too. I'm going down to K&A. You like, I need everything. You gonna need a tank.
I keep missing them. No, and guess what? I'll be investing in bullets and guns.
Yeah. I got stock in Smith and Wesson. I got stock in Ruger.
I got
Um,
I got stock in needles.
and I got an ECF that I have. That
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if I'm a bad guy. I got stock in IV lines. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a piece of everything, y'all.
yeah, you gotta have fun too. You gotta have fun. Mark, but Mark, appreciate you. That had me dying because he said Shaq rubs him the wrong way, which is funny. I hope Mark never changed that he this is what I like. I like the fact that he's irritated by Shaq because now every time he comes on, if Shaq is doing
Don't
his
turn
show,
around.
it's
Just
gonna
don't
be
turn
funny.
around, Mark. No, he cool. Shaq is cool though. Don't stop being who you are, though. Yeah. Everybody don't, you know what I mean? But I think it's funny because Shaq is a nice dude, you know what I mean? Married, settled dude, smart dude.
But I want because Ben rubs Shaq the wrong way. When Shaq is on doing his show, it's this guy that comes in named Ben. And oh my goodness, and Shaq keeps trying to get him to come on the show and he won't do it. But I don't know if Ben be trolling Shaq by some of the stuff that he be saying sports wise or whatever. But yo, I'll be in here dying laughing.
Yeah, I like when people they don't like me either. I think it's funny if people don't. I don't know.
Right.
But that's what make it real. It's like you're just not always going to.
I don't think it's about like or dislike. I just think sometimes.
But do you invest? He invests.
Huh? And sometimes it's just like I don't think Ben dislikes Shaq. I just think that it's fun. Whoever the person is, it's fun for them to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why it's like Mark. He was like Shaq got around.
Well, and Ron, invite him to the Fracker show. Invite him and both into the Fracker show.
Who Mark? I mean Shaq.
Shaq and Mark.
Oh yeah. That's cool. If Mark, I already know Mark. If ever Mark want to come in, I don't know. I mean, of course, we have to know what they look like. That's the only thing. My only requirement for anybody is we have to see what you look like because people do wear stuff. That's all I'm saying. So that's why if somebody ever wanted to come on my show, I have to see what you look like and who you are. I have to see it. And then when I see you on my video, when you pop up on my screen before I bring you to the stage, I'll see who you are video wise.
Yes.
People do wear stuff. That's the only reason why I have to have that standard. And once I know who you are, you don't always have to have your camera on. I just need to know who you are and see what you look like.
Right.
But yo, that Warrior for Christ, man, he is hilarious, man. Yeah, he another one, man. We gotta reach out. We get ready to make this when we get ready to make a movie, man. We gonna have to reach out.
Yeah. And in that movie, I'll be a lawnmower man or having somebody mowing my lawn too, ditch mowing. I had to go back in my supplies.
We want to definitely make him a mod. I I don't know why this one for some reason my live. But more when I get a chance, I'm gonna try to go in there and make him a mod because he's been on my channel. I follow his channel all the time. He man, like I said, he got one and to me, he's got one of those channels, man, that's worth following. Like some people get into a lot of the silly stuff that ain't he's funny, he's hilarious, a man of God, but I love his channel. Whenever I get a chance to go out watch his videos and stuff. But he's very, very creative and he puts a lot of you can tell that he puts a lot of work into his video. He kind of remind you of Out the Pit. Like when it comes to his videos, he put a lot into it. Like so I appreciate people that put work into their work, you know what I mean, and try to give people something of value. Yeah. We're gonna have to reach out for him when it comes to that. One day, I mean, honestly speaking, I'd be love to do a collab with him too. We can talk. Matter of fact, Warrior for Christ, if you still on here, man, we gotta get you on Fire on Fridays one time, man.
Yeah, I gotta check out his stuff, man, so I can see what he do.
Warrior for Christ, I don't know if you're still here, but we do a show called Fire on Fridays at 7:00 p.m. Me and Jay, Fat Chatulous. We just talk gun talk. So when you get a chance,
I was an actor too.
Every Friday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Warrior, we do a show called Fire on Friday. I mean, we just talk guns, like, you know, what we believe, what our stance is, what type of new stuff that's out there. And so that, because I know that that's your content and that's kind of your field, I would love to have you on the show with me and Jay on the 7:00 every Friday at 7:00 p.m. If you can make it, come in. I'll put the link in the chat and we'll bring you right on the show, bro. You're welcome to the show. I would love to get your take on and it should be interesting because I don't really like Glocks, and he do. And I'll be trying to get people to convince me why. Like, I'm not a Glock person, but I know he's a Glock person because I know he has some Glocks. And listen, I don't have no beef with people who like Glock. I love I'm a gun person, so I don't give a darn if it's a Glock, Smith & Wesson. People have a tendency, like vehicles, you have the tendency to go to the brand that you like. So I like Smith & Wesson.
But on Financial Fridays, I buy all the brands. Go ahead with your comment about it though.
For the stock market though, that's on.
No, who's well, I guess probably the maker of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they publicly traded, but if they were, I would buy it. But yeah, definitely, man. You're welcome to if you ever get a chance to, man, just pop in and we'll send you the link and you can just pop in on the show. And but when I get a chance to, why it won't let me do on here, I don't know. It won't let me do it on here for some reason. It should, but it ain't letting me do it.
Is he from the PA area?
No. I forget what state he's from. But I know it ain't PA. It's another state because most of his content he be outside on land shooting.
No, I live in the Ohio area, so we want to maybe have to.
I forget what state he's from, but I know he ain't from PA. But for some reason, it's not allowing me to. I don't know. I guess I had to do it on my phone or whatever. But that's what's up, man.
Yes.
We're not going to hold y'all. Go ahead, Nate. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, ask him. Well, we'll talk about that on Fridays if he come on there. But I was going to say, when you start talking about it's fun to shoot, and I went to go talk about when we went to the range, and when someone small tries to hold a pump like Kevin Hart with that thing, that's an actual thing that's it just lifts the person off their feet, opposed to somebody who has a little bit more leverage, should I say, from the kickback. So yeah,
that's messed up, bro. It's messed up.
No,
I forgot about that. But yeah, he's from Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay.
Missouri,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I was and honestly speaking, what Ant talking about is actually a true story. Now I know it didn't fly in the trash can, but the blowback was real.
He's talking about lying. He's talking about buying and liking guns. He's like,
yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I'm glad I trained the way I train, because you notice when somebody don't know what they're doing, I only put one bullet
Yeah.
I only put one because, especially if I'm not sure if they really. Now he had a little bit of training when it comes to firearm because I know Kurt was in the service a little bit, but at one moment we gave him that 12 gauge.
It moved his whole body, y'all, off his feet. He did like a jiggy dance, like. He did like a jiggy dance. Let's just say I think Kevin Hart actually got more muscles than he got, but they about the same size. But man,
They're about the same
his body
size,
said
he's Kevin Hart probably weighs more than you do. Definitely weighs.
That's what I say. He probably weighs more than he do. Yeah.
When he hit that, I was like, oh snap! Now I see why they came up with that.
You okay?
Now I see where they got the idea from. Like, you know how somebody do something and the idea may have came from something. So somebody got the idea when they seen a little person shoot a gun, a 12 gauge shotgun, and seen what it did.
Yeah,
blowing definitely. Back. That's what we that. So I kind of get that. They dramatize it with the trash can and stuff, but a good 20% of that is legit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they talking about let me name my little friend, and they the little friend, you don't know what's gonna happen.
This how it was. It was like
we swear, y'all, he moonwalked without using, he ain't move 1 foot, no ankle, nothing.
Well, yeah, we not
slide on stage. But yeah, all right, it's getting late.
Yeah, we just wanted to touch base with y'all. Talk about, Financial Friday. Why we invest, why we do what we do, why we relate some of this, not everything, but a lot of it to what is being done politically, so that you can find a way to also benefit from where the country or where other countries may be moving. Because it's not just American. You can buy stock in other countries too.
And me being on here, y'all, I'm gonna express my journey and start showing y'all. And you can say to yourself whatever you want to say about me, but then watch it grow and see me do it. And then when you see it, you can say to yourself, like, he did it with a little bit of money, a little bit of time, a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, once you see the work, you'll agree to some of what we saying. And you ain't got to be that brilliant to understand this life, what you supposed to be doing, finance. What's this, Ryan?
Mark still messing with Shaq.
He likes Shaq. That's what it is.
I know.
He like the but
it's one of those love-hate things.
Yeah, yeah. He love to hate him and hate him in love.
And make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Ant Like Above. Ryan's opinion don't matter. Mark, once again, appreciate you for holding us down. Warrior for Christ, we're going to touch base. Hopefully you get a chance to come in on Fire on Fridays, man. We definitely love to have you on the show. I'll definitely, once we know you're going to come, give Jay a hit on Fatacula heads up just so he won't be shell-shocked. Hey, who this? But like I said, and for everybody else that's in the chat, all those that hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, it was a great conversation. Hopefully y'all got something out of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with some numbers next week.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So look out for next week. Definitely. No, how a little busy man. Yeah, like I said, I know him personally, and I know he has a lot of ambition. He has a lot of drive, and I want to see him. I really want to see him accomplish what his dream is, and
yeah,
that is to either keep part of the NBA with his own basketball team,
keep motivating him,
or have his
keep
own
motivating him.
Team.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. He really is a great guy. But hey, go ahead, man. Enjoy him, and at the end of the day, At the end of the day, you don't hate them. You just probably, you know what I mean? Just something that little brother in them, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
That little brother in
Yeah,
them.
boy. You definitely welcome to the show, man. If you ever
Yeah.
want to come and just kind of powwow with us, I'm honestly, I would love to get your take on Financial Fridays. If you want to step in on Financial Fridays, maybe there's something you might want to
Yeah.
add in. I mean,
Yeah.
we would appreciate that. I mean, like I said, all I ask people to do is show their
You like
face.
other people's opinions? Yeah.
Yeah, I like to see other people's opinion on stuff too. Anyway,
All right, I'm about to take you out of man.
but anyway, we out of here, bro. For all those that's on live, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Appreciate y'all very, very much. I gotta go. I got bills to
Gotta
pay.
go.
And
Yes, sir.
appreciate you, bro. See you Monday on Philly Talk. Make sure y'all. Oh yeah, make sure y'all come in on Philly Talk Monday 7:00 p.m. Check out Philly Talk. I mean, it's a great show. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. We out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.